Good evening. Good evening. My name is Joe Bandel, and I am the last Rosicrucian. Tonight we're going to talk about 3rd century Christianity and the rise of Tantrism in the Near East, in that same area that we've been talking about. Now, in the 3rd century, under Emperor Constantine, the Roman Empire converted to Christianity. At the same time, the First Council of Nicaea determined what the official doctrine of the Christian church was going to be. Basically, what they did was they said, well, we're going to take the written words of the apostles, and this is what we're going to teach, and we're not going to have we're not going to authorize mystical experiences, and people who have had direct mystical experience and knowledge of the divine, that wasn't going to cut it, because there was too many people out there claiming to be enlightened. They were claiming to have visions and to be new messiahs, I guess you would say. So Gnosticism was out. They were not going to do that. They were going directly back to the writings of the apostles. Now, what really was happening is the social enforcers and the rational atheists were taking over the church. The church was becoming a valuable commodity. It had power, it had prestige, it had, there were a lot of simple folk that were attracted to a message of the heart. And especially with the conversion of Rome, politics came into this in a very big way. So this was a big thing. And they were the first thing they were going to do was get rid of the people, the mystics, especially the organic mystics, or organic Gnostics, the ones that I have been talking about. The ancient people who lived in that area, the people who were the original Gaia inhabitants that had that genetic connection to the earth that some of these other people didn't have. And the watcher self, the sense of self, there were two ways of people having that. This one group of people believed that it had to be through literacy, that it was of the mind, it was way up here, and the only way to get it was to deny the physical body, to deny the physical world, and to lift the spirit up into non-physicalness. Plus, it was a way to control the masses. The other group, the plain people, they didn't know how to read and write. They just believed in their heart, but they did have an organic connection to the earth and to each other, and the old teachings of the sexuality and the balance of male and female were strong. And this is what happened at the same time. We're talking about the first few centuries of Christianity after the death of Christ or Jesus, Tantrism began to emerge in the Near East, or the Eastern Europe, whatever you want to call it. This whole area from India up through the Balkans. It was Tantrism. It was an upheaval that took place. There was the appearance, the development, establishment, and diffusion of a new spiritual and religious trend. Everybody wanted to get in on it. Well, I should say the common people. And if you remember, Jesus actually reached out to the common and the simple folk. So there is a good, I think there's a good possibility that this was the real message that he was teaching. It was the balance of male and female within each person, and how through love relationships and through human sexuality, the soul was developed. Now, this movement penetrated everywhere. It heavily influenced Hinduism, but that was not the only thing it influenced. It influenced yoga schools and Buddhism. Buddhism was given a brand new shot in the arm, a new current that was called the Way of the Diamond or the Thunderbolt. And it would develop the Thunderbolt body or the Diamond body. And these religions, what was different was the development of the soul of this watcher self was to deny the physical. Well, this movement of Tantrism, was the opposite. It was the excessive generation of physical energy, especially sexual energies, that caused the development and creation of a more powerful soul body, astral body, non-physical body, if you will, that was not mental energy anymore. It was mental energy plus. It was etheric energy. It was the development of magical abilities. This was a magical current. And it was considered a path of action, not ritualism and not contemplation. This was a path of practical realization and direct experience. If it didn't work, if you didn't get immediate results, go someplace else. That was what was so profound about this Tantrism, Gnostic, organic Gnosticism, or whatever, the secrets of using the body, the secrets of awakening the male and female forces inside the body through physical excesses, not through denial. And that is the beginning and the difference between, it's the beginning of what has been called the left-hand path, and the denial of the physical body is the right-hand path. It's that simple. You develop the soul through excess, by stressing the physical body through excess. That was the left-hand pathway. It was prevalent in the martial arts through physical excess, how you would build the immortal physical body. So it took hold that way. But Europe, Western Europe, the Christian church took what was called the right-hand path, which was the denial of the physical body, the denial of everything below the head. So I hope you're getting the distinction here. It was a profound difference, and it was a danger to the existence of the church. That is why the church was so against sexuality, against the female, because this was a continuation of the female current, of the goddess worship. This is the balance of the male and female. It required the female to play a very important role. And that totally was a big threat to the patriarchal, anti-female Christian church that was forming in Constantinople. So that kind of sets things up. We're talking in the 3rd and the 4th century of early Christianity. This was coming up, and we don't hear a peep about it. That's how subdued or hidden or persecuted the teachings, these organic Gnostic teachings, these teachings of Tantrism, these teachings of sexuality. Tantrism, in fact, the hidden meaning of Tantrism was to weave, and it was how the male and female energies could weave together to form the soul body, to form the non-physical body. This was the secret teachings. And this was it just came out of nowhere. A few centuries after Christianity. I have no doubt in my mind that this was part of the secret teachings that Jesus brought with them. Because he taught to the common people, and this was something that the common people were picking up, not the educated people. The educated people were trying to get in their head. They were trying to leave everything else behind, leave the emotions behind. They wanted nothing to do with Tantrism. They called it satanic. I'm out of time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be talking about this continuation of these movements later. Feel free to comment, donate if you can, visit my webpage, subscribe to this video or series, and to the webpage. I am putting additional posts on my webpage that are not videos, so you could be missing out. Check it out. Thank you.